Hey everyone, and welcome to today's session. Today we're going to explore vagal toning and relaxing the nervous system and toning the vagus nerve for stress resilience by using our intestines and our breath in order to do the Valsalva maneuver. And before we tap into that technique to tone the vagus nerve and to reset our nervous system, we can go ahead and do a somatic experiencing technique and scan our body in a very deep and in a very attuned way. And so today we can find a place to sit, any place that feels safe for you, whether it's the floor, whether it's a soft location like a couch or a chair or a bed or a mat. You do what feels right for you. And when you do sit down, notice that Mother Earth is supporting you, that there is something supporting your back and your hands. And we can tune into our very first body part, which is our toes. And we can notice if our toes feel happy, sad, angry, scared. What facial expression would your toes have if they had a facial expression? What color would they tell you that they're feeling? What sensation would they tell you they're feeling? Is it a buzzing? Is it numb or tingly? Is it peaceful and content and happy? Is it dissociated? And then we can also tune into any memories or associations we have with our toes. Do we think of our toes as powerful or weak? Do we think of our toes as a character? If we can think of a character, what character would our toes be? And then we can go ahead and tune into how each body part feels today. And we can support that journey with our hands. And if the body part needs more time and focus, if it needs to cry or scream or grieve, we can give our body that space too. So here we go. We can move on to our feet after we've done our toes. And what comes up when we focus on our legs? And what comes up when we focus on our knees? And what comes up when we focus on our thighs? And what comes up when we focus on our stomach? And what comes up when we focus on the pelvic and the genitals? And what comes up when we focus on our buttocks? And what comes up when we focus on our stomach, on our heart, and on our chest, on our arms, on our hands, on our neck, on our head, and on our face. And we can take a moment and hold space for any body part that needs extra space to be held for it. And when we're ready, we can ask our bodies if we're ready to explore a breathing technique that involves the Valsalva maneuver in order to tone the vagus nerve and stimulate relaxation of the vagus nerve and the nervous system. Now, the way that the Valsalva maneuver works is, think of it as sitting on a toilet and trying to defecate, and that's really what it is. So it's actually holding our breath and pushing out. So it's not a very romantic maneuver, but it is a maneuver that does help stimulate relaxation. And so when we do that, so we hold our breath and we have our nose is not taking in any air, neither is our mouth, and we're bearing down. So it goes, right, we're pushing, and you'll notice that your pelvic muscles move outward when you do that. And so if we practice the Valsalva maneuver for a few seconds, then we'll notice that it does stimulate relaxation. And on a more somatic level, it also helps us to notice any tension that's been building up in our pelvis and in our genitals. So whether that's due to past experiences, whether that's due to chronic stress where our pelvic and genital just completely close in on itself. And so notice what it feels like to have those muscles stretched And it's actually really healthy to have those muscles stretch at the same time. So here we go. Let's do that together. So we can hold that for about 10 seconds. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go. And now we can do it for another 10 seconds, and we can notice as we do the Valsalva maneuver, as we feel that our breath is closed, that our pelvic muscles are being stretched down a little bit, if anything is shifting in our body, if anything is shifting somatically, do we feel either a sensation that's positive or negative, that's light or heavy, or does it bring up any memories? And then we can sit with those shifts that come up. So notice when you do that, if anything changes or shifts. Let's give it another 10 seconds. Here we go. And you can let your breath out. And that's another exercise that tones the vagus nerve and helps stimulate relaxation in the nervous system. And also brings up some associations, memories, and sensations about anything that we have pertaining to our pelvis and our genitals. And we talk about that more in a sexual health and trauma recovery for sexuality program, and we can talk about that more another time. But it's definitely interesting to notice even today. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.